Welcome guys, welcome to another sim game. Today I'm driving the T-10M, the Russian heavy tank at rank 6. Even though I have to say that it's even a downside to play a heavy tank in a top-end simulator game, because your armor is useless. Because medium tanks, battle tanks like the T-64 are way better, but they have 2 spawns and you don't. So that's tough luck for you. Or some on the enemy team, T-10M Mark 10 has probably way more effective armor than this thing. This armor only works well against normal AP rounds, not against Sabo and fin stabilized heat rounds. That doesn't work at all. So at the start of the match, the Russian team is rushing forward very quickly, especially the T-64s. They are so fast. For such a heavily armored tank, frontally at least, they are insanely maneuverable and fast. One T-64 is already rushing into B, but he's getting shot at by a by main battle tank 70, and I knock him out right through the drive wheel. The side armor of those main battle tanks from the Americans or the Germans, they are not very good. Saber bombs object 906, and I get shot. I achieved the Mark 10 and I knock him out through the turret ring while burning. That was pretty lucky, let's put it that way, because getting shot and penetrated by Chieftain Mark 10 then, and not getting blown up is very rare for the T-10, because you're packed with ammo rack and crew and fuel tanks. I heard something shoot on the right there, but I'm not sure what's going on. And then I hear the shooting on the left, and yeah, there we have it. Another main battle tank 70. But we only knock out his track and set the engine on fire. I was a bit, well, scared to stay out any longer, otherwise I would have aimed a bit further to the left. But yeah, he's distracted and we knock him out. So in a very quick succession for a sim match at these tiers, I knocked out 3 top-end vehicles that are way above the league of the T-10. And I think this showed that, yeah, even if you don't have fin stabilized heat and Sabo rounds, then it doesn't mean that you can't kill stuff in these matchups. Especially if you're Russian and you have a gun that has 280mm of penetration with stock ammo, then loads of explosive filler. Now I'm a bit scared to move forward, because I'm pretty sure that there will be some enemies on the windmill, and because I've have around for quite a long time, I will skip forward a bit. And here I'm back. Our people are getting shot at on top of that hill. And one T-64 after the other is getting shot to pieces. Especially by Chieftain Mach 10. Trenton IL-6 is up there. Well, the teams still pretty even. I'm now waiting on the enemy to make a move, because you know they have to come. And there, another main battle tank, and we pen him right through the turret ring. That's the advantage of having all the caps, because maybe if you have the faster tanks like the C-64s, you have an easy time to get the caps. And then the enemy have to rush in, and while they do that, you have a pretty easy time of killing them. Oh, people are getting now shot at down in the south, probably at our south spawn. First I think, maybe should I go back or not? But soon I will decide to move up the hill and see if I can search for the Chieftain Mach 10 that's killing our people. Lots of camping here involved in the high tiers, I have to say. Definitely less movement than in the lower tier matchups. Probably because nearly all the tanks have no side armor. So the moment you expose tiny bits of your side, you get one shot. And in tanks like the T-10, you get knocked out from any direction. Doesn't matter where they hit you. And I hear the shots on the hill. But I think there were friendlies setting markers to the south, far out in the field. So I think I got a bit well, misinformed here, because I move in a direction where I think that the enemies are, because my friendly tanks that got knocked out there were asking for help over there. But I won't find any friendly tanks in that area, and enemy tanks as well in that direction. They all moved away or weren't even there in the first place. I now realize that our ACAP also got, well, at least decapped by the enemy, if not capped. But so they should have told me that there's an enemy behind me. But yeah, now I realize that they're capping B, so I turn around. Looking for the enemy tank. And there we have it. And as nice as this Kampfpanzer 70 was, he stops right in the gap where I can shoot him. And because the enemy don't have any caps, the ticker is going down very fast, and yeah, they only have, as far as I remember, only one tank and 2 planes left. And, yeah, I think 5 kills for a low tier heavy tank was quite decent in this matchup. And there comes a jet, and while I look up to the jet, I get knocked out by the last remaining chieftain. Probably, well, it was probably fair, because how I killed him in the in the first place was pretty insane. Because of the pen through the turret ring. My T-10 is still not very much upgraded. Still researching the APDS round, which will probably give me better chances of frontal penetrations against the enemies. Even though most of the allied tanks have very weak armor, so even the stock shell is good enough. And to sum it up, I quickly show you where I penned the chieftain, because that's not a reliable penetration frontally. I penned him here, and if I hit a bit slightly outward, wouldn't have penned. And slightly here, the angle would have been too big, and there was the armor too thick, and all this is no pen as well. This is auto bounce for a normal AP round. So yeah, well, I was really lucky to just snapshot right in the turret ring. So hope you it was mildly interesting, this match, and hope it showed that, yeah, even with a slightly power creep T-10, which was a very powerful tank at one point, but those days are gone, you can still do good work if you have some luck, as, as I had at the start of the match by getting penned by the chieftain and not blown up straight away, even though he shot me right through the armor. So that's it, guys. See ya.